Hello and welcome to the third time that we've tried to record the first episode of the Neotaku podcast. I'm Joji Matthews. Today I'm joined by Lachlan Still, the Pedantic Romantic.
Hey there, rebooting the podcast just like Crunchyroll's rebooting their servers because they got bitrate issues. Ha ha, topical humor.
Ha ha ha, Mirage fan.
Mirage rebooting her internet just like Mirage is rebooting her internet because she's got bitrate issues. David.
And David of the films.
It is me. I'm here.
And we're talking about Fooly Cooley and its season 2, because we tried to record one about sequels, but it ended up being really shit.
Don't tell them that. Those are industry secrets.
Oh no, we need less vague topics. So light your cigarette that says never knows best, put on some Little Busters, and let's get rockin'.
What is this, a Super Eye Patch Wolf video?
We wish, and everyone listening right now wishes it was a Super Eye Patch Wolf video.
He's Locke's favorite content creator. I wish that I had a packet of cigarettes that just all said never knows best. Someone send them to Digibros.
Are they going to change it?
Box.
Like, they need a new cigarette catchphrase for the reboot, right? They've got a reboot Never Knows Best. What's the rebooted version of Never Knows Best?
Always knows worst?
ProductionIG.jp/shop knows best.
LaShawn Thomas is secretly running...
So FLCL Season 2 was announced this year.
It was announced last year.
Last year. Yes, that was correct.
Yes.
It was correct.
And the response was kind of a shit show. Yeah.
I do wonder, though, how much of that is sort of just the people that are commenting upon it, right? Like, nostalgia's big. I'm sure a bunch of people were like, yeah, cool. But it's the oh no, those voices that get elevated.
It's a very vocal minority in pretty much any case.
Well, the idea with FLCL as an original production, the idea with FLCL was that it wasn't ever meant to be a TV production. You know, it came out with this intent of being 6 episodes long, being released, 2 episodes at a time, being very different from all other anime in terms of both the production and, narrative and structure standpoint. And we have Production IG saying, hey, we're making a 12-episode TV series out of this. And it's just like, oh no, I ain't feeling too good.
Well, Production IG handling it is rather interesting. Their output has not been very heavy in recent years. They've got a bunch of sub-studios, and they've had, like, Studio Wit, for example, break off and become their own entity. But they've still retained a core level of quality. So their last show proper, I think, was Haikyuu, whatever the 3rd or 4th season there, which looked great. But they have a very clean aesthetic that they've developed. Not that they couldn't necessarily get more stylized, we'll have to see. But it's been like Haikyuu and Joker Game last year. And so one of the most interesting aspects of the prospect of a Production IG-led FLCL Season 2 production would be what they do aesthetically, and how they're able to recapture that spirit. Because, of course, FLCL, the original, was wildly crazy and experimental. And if IG doesn't get some big freelancers, if they don't get some trigger employees in their off time or something to bring in and work on it, I'm not sure if it will be able to recreate the aesthetic of FLCL that's so essential to it, I think.
Well, I just think if they don't have Arno voicing a cat, then it's going to be a 0 out of 10 instantly.
I think it'd be a big aspect of it, like who's in the directorial seat, because that's like from what I saw, like the biggest sort of part of the show was like how it was directed and how it sort of moved from scene to scene and episode to episode. So do we know?
I'm fairly certain it's an IG director whose most prominent work has been directing the second season of Psycho-Pass. Not much else besides,
Yeah, it's not very promising,
which doesn't
is it?
inspire confidence. Kazuya Tsutamaki, the director of FLCL, is chief director or like overlord producer or something on it, but he's probably not going to be hands-on.
Yeah, he's working in collaboration with them. Yeah, he's overseeing everything, which may or may not end up with it, retaining some level of quality.
I mean, it will definitely be quality. My only concern is that it will be this kind of clean, polished production IG quality and not wild throwing in manga panels and then a Hiroyuki Imaishi cut quality that FLCL had.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is that, if you want to talk about Gainax and Gaikai as, a cinematic style and an animation style, I mean, FLCL is the chief example that you would go to about that, and it's like, how is this completely different set of stuff, going to capture this, idealization of the medium of animation, and how they're going to use it to the same level as, some of the best talent that has ever been, alive working in the medium.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Interestingly, IG has been doing a bunch of sort of reboot style stuff recently. So in addition to... What was that?
Hi, boys. It's Mirage. So pretty much what's happening is my internet is absolute garbage at the moment, and we had a lot of recording issues. So for the short and sweet of it, I have said some things in this recording, but they're not going to be here because the original chunk I had was garbage. So I hope you guys enjoy the boys talking about Fooly Cooly and whatnot without me. I didn't really have much to say about the subject anyways. I've watched Fooly Cooly, but I'm very out of the loop of this, so you'll have to forgive me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. I will be back next time, definitely, with much better audio, much better internet, and more to say on the subject.
Cryptic.
Oh, no.
Dude, we can't have an iconic anime podcast if we do not have the lead role of girl-filled.
We do.
I mean, we have Joji.
Yeah, just pitch shift my voice up by 4 semitones.
FLCL Season 2. IG's rebooting that, but they're also rebooting Legend of the Galactic Heroes. You may have seen the announcement that it's getting new anime. That's production IG as well. And then even their series for this season, it's Adam, which is a prequel of Astro Boy. So they're dealing in these older properties a lot right now, which is interesting.
I also question how, they're going to, bring back Legend of the Galactic Heroes, because that series is, uniquely character designed and everything. You look at it in comparison to other stuff from the 80s through 90s, and, there is a very real difference there.
One of my biggest concerns is CG spaceships, because I have to imagine it's going to be CG spaceships. I don't want CG spaceships, man. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, it looks so good. It looks so rough and crispy. It looks so material. I don't want shiny CG spaceships in my Legend of the Galactic Heroes, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, IG. IG, listen to me, IG. Don't do it. That's my request.
Listen to me, production IG. Hire me. I'm gonna sort out all
I'll
of your
draw
ideas
you all the spaceships, so you don't need to do them in CG. I got my crayon and markers.
I am picturing a
paper.
shitty fucking UFO, scribbled in pencil.
If they release Legend of the Galactic Heroes with CG spaceships, I'm gonna have to release the Pedantic Romantic Director's Cut. I'm gonna draw spaceships, I'm gonna scan them, I'm gonna paste them over so we can have beautiful hand-drawn spaceships in Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
It'll be every bit as bad as those old Star Wars
MS
readers.
Paint spaceships. gliding across the screen, the hand-drawn anime you all desire. And like, really, IG, please, don't do CG, because I promised the My Hero OVA, or the AMV rather, and I did it. I'm now obligated to do this if you make the CG spaceships. I don't want to have to do this.
Yeah, and that is the thing, is that, you know, a lot of what made Legend of Galactic Heroes so special is that it, like, relies upon its aesthetic to, you know, convey parts of the narrative. You know, it has that good utilization of the aesthetic persona.
The best part about Legend of the Galactic Heroes is the pretty colors, you guys! Pretty
Well, no, Snob actually likes it, so I can't make fun of him. Fuck.
Who cares about the writing? It doesn't even matter. It's all about the colors in Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Yep, that's the only reason that I gave it an 8 out of 10, because it has good colors.
And with that, we're now blacklisted by the Snob.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah, the Snob will hate us. That's good. If Snob dislikes us.
Anyways, so I'm both interested and sort of concerned as to how like all three of these shows, Legend of the
Hi, boys. It's Mirage. So, pretty much what's happening is my internet is absolute garbage at the moment.
Can I continue?
And
Yeah, continue.
we have a lot.
Yeah, so I'm concerned and curious as to how Legend of the Galactic Heroes, FLCL, and Adam, how they would basically sort of translate into our sort.
Hi, boys.
She just... I'm not sure if there's just a continual running block of audio from Mirage on the finished end here, but for us, we just every 5 minutes will get 3 seconds of it from Mirage. She's screaming for help into the void.
It's like she's autistically screeching over in the corner, because she's hearing us just completely fine, but we don't know what she's saying. But yeah, like...
It's a metaphor for fans of these properties getting rebooted, attempting to get through to the producers and being unsuccessful, and just being forced to bear witness to the terrible distortions, the corruptions of these properties that they loved.
But yeah, like, it is interesting to see, like, you know, or, like... with these three, you know, shows, like Osamu Tezuka's direction, I hate everything about it.
Hi, boys. It's Mirage.
I'm pretty sure Mirage just had audio come through, even though she's muted now. It's all sorts of...
I think there's just like a 3-minute delay on her side or something.
Yeah, I don't know what Mirage is doing.
Her Discord is muted, but sound was getting through, like through the mute. It's clawing its way.
What's happened to me? I've made my mistakes.
I'm not making another AMV. One was enough.
Yeah. Well,
No
you do
more
have to make the
karaoke.
director's cut of Legend of the Galactic Heroes Production IG Edition.
I am obligated to do so now, yes.
Yeah. But, like, it's really interesting to see a studio which has, like, such a clean and, like, almost bland-looking style, tackling three of the most unique, you know, ideas in anime history, you know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Astro Boy was aesthetically interesting, certainly, but sort of in that it set the aesthetic moving forward, so it was sort of the standard look, just by default there almost. And subsequent Tezuka adaptations that we've had throughout the years, a lot of them have been fairly sort of straightforward and not particularly stylized, so that isn't too unusual.
Yeah. But then to have someone such as Bahi JD of all people, you know, to be working on the OP of it, who's, you know, kind of known for doing
I think it's a
aesthetically out
collaboration between OLM Digital and Production IG.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird because you have someone who's really boundary pushing in terms of aesthetics, you know, with a group of people who've kind of, you know, held the same set of aesthetic values over a long time.
They've settled into a very clean, high quality style, and it works. I mean, Haikyuu looks great a good deal of the time, and people enjoy it, so
Yeah.
They put out their one show every 2 seasons, and they're very set and steady as an animation studio. Good job, Production IG. I keep talking and referring to Production IG.
Yeah, but you should be referencing all of the individual staff, because if I know anything about anime, there's no such thing as an anime studio, just like there's no such thing as
we need to
a
reboot
band.
Production IG so I can talk to them face to face once again.
Wait, didn't they start up, like, wasn't B-Train an offshoot of IG way back when?
Ooh, I think it might have been. I mean, it was primarily that one, crazy cool dude who founded it, and he, I think it was XIG, could have been.
Yeah. But what we were talking about, FLCL, like...
Ostensibly, yeah.
Yeah, like, rebooting it is kind of like trying to reboot Eureka 7, in a way. Like, it could be done, but, like, there's such a unique thing to its aesthetic. Like, not just visually, but sonically, and, like, the aesthetic of the writing, how it all makes you feel and stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely true, although I feel like Eureka 7 may have an easier time because they've got most of the core staff from the original on this reboot. They've got mechanical designers and character designers, the writer, the director, I believe. So, on the topic of reboots, Eureka 7 is one of the ones that are better poised to deliver on what we'd want out of a reboot, I think.
Well, I actually made a tweet about this Eureka 7 reboot, like, a while ago. And I said, like, what sold me on Eureka 7 was the 33rd episode, Pacific State. And I'm just like, if it can't capture that, then, I don't know what's really the reason behind it. Because that episode kind of encapsulated everything that I found really interesting.
Sell some model kits, man. Actually, I just realized that, but I'm pretty hyped for that. I'd looked into Eureka 7 model kits a bit before, but just because it's been so long since the series stopped airing, they're not particularly plentiful. But I can finally get me some, it's Bandai doing the production, so we're going to get some basically Gunpla. Give me my Nirvash kit. I'm down.
True, the Neovash is like a pretty good mecha design, so yeah.
Iconic,
yes. Yes, it is.
I've got it on a t-shirt.
That's a cool t-shirt then. I don't own any anime-related t-shirts. Grando sponsor! And what's that fucking lewd anime? That's what it is, yeah.
Ooh, lewd anime, hit us up!
Yeah, hit us up, fam.
We'll take your money.
We will. We'll take anyone's money, actually. We'll rob you if we have to.
No.
I'm 1/16. No, I would have said that, but then it would come off as if I'm being racist. So...
Wouldn't want that now, would we?
No, because then we'd get a community.
We're off into the weeds, though.
Stay.
What's FLCL? Let's discuss Haruka Haruko.
Haruko.
She's back.
Yeah.
But Naota isn't. We got a female protagonist. The dang agenda. No more male protagonists.
I'm gonna link. No. I was just gonna link a Paul Joseph Watson article or something and say.
Except I forgot we're talking about anime, so the shwa is not the boogeyman. It's moe. Damn moe. Retro anime. We got to have shows about manly men like Naota.
We used to have
flinging
anime.
Flinging his head cock all over the place. Now they need to sell figurines, need to sell body pillows, so they got this moe girl to lead my FLCL. Not hashtag not my FLCL. Hashtag not my Naota. Hashtag bring back dickhead.
Yeah, well, actually a huge point of FLCL's narrative is related to him having a dick on his head,
What could be, I give it some credit. What could be interesting, because FLCL was this coming of age, exploring that with puberty and sort of sexual confusion and frustration featuring relatively prominently and being part of that coming of age. So to see that from a female perspective, if they integrated that element again, and sort of instead of the kind of saccharine surface level romantic elements that you get in a lot of female oriented coming of age, if it was a more, not raunchy, but focused more on that sexual aspect of coming of age from a female perspective, that could be really cool and unique, I think.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it would be.
I think it's definitely a good move to have a female protagonist and just sort of see what happens with it. But I'm also worried that it would kind of just establish this pattern of, you know, like Haruko shows up to some kid, fucks shit up, and then just ends, you know? Like, I don't really want to see that happen all over again, really. Like I want to see more, you know, new stuff happen if that is the case in this new season.
Yeah, like, I don't know. The entire, like, point of FLCL, like, as kind of a male coming-of-age story, you know, ties in a lot to the symbolism, and I'm just, like, really curious as to how that, you know, would turn out for a female, you know?
Forehead pussy.
Yeah, would we
Is
have
Kanti
forehead
coming back?
pussy?
Yeah, I'm just saying what we're all thinking right now, yeah.
Bring back all my favorite characters. Bring back Kanti. I want Kanti figurines. I want Kanti model kits. I want a Kanti bath towel. Who else do they gotta bring back? Gotta bring back the eyebrows. Reboot the eyebrows. Bigger eyebrows and better than ever.
I need a brand of cigarettes that just already has Never Knows Best written on them. So bring back Never Knows Best.
Bring back all the favorites. Bring back the guitar and bass. Bring back the dog. There was a dog, right? They can bring that back. They can sell dog plushes. Bring it all back.
Bring back Hideaki Anno.
Speaking of bass and guitar, we got the pillows returning.
Yeah, bring back the pillows. Sell some OSTs. Bring back... Who else was there? Bring back the dude selling magazines. Sell his magazine. Bring back South Park. Bring back bigger and better than ever. Do a whole episode of FLCL Season 2 South Park. ATSTs. ATSTs. All of it.
Yeah, if what we actually get is just 2 rebroadcasts of FLCL, that would be the ultimate, you know, Season 2.
If we just get, like, I wonder if they'll go full fan service or if they'll really try and distance themselves from the iconic imagery and tell their own story.
Yeah, well, like, you know, there was a Mr. Beatung video, must have been, like, in 2013 or 14, Blame of Thrones, where, you know, he talked about correctly capturing the spirit of something, and, like, maybe in the same medium, like, with animators who, you know, grew up watching this production, like, maybe we'll get to see, you know, some real heart poured into, like, that idea, you know, like, let's recapture FLCL, but then, like, what...
I mean, I know FLCL was hugely impactful and influential. There's tons of animators and industry members who cite FLCL as being something that really got them into animation. Impacted them when they were young. So there's certainly the potential for it to get a staff that's really invested in it, and that's what we've got to hope for at this point.
Yeah, but the last time something like that happened was the Ava rebuilds, and, you know, do we even want to talk about those?
Well, that's the thing, though. Anno's chief director on the rebuilds, the director of the rebuilds is Kazuya Tsuramaki. And even after Evangelion, when work was being done on Death and Rebirth and End of Eva, he said, yeah, Evangelion's kind of good, like, it's done. We don't really need these movies. They're kind of dumb, I think. Yeah. So, like, he thought Eva was played out and was done and didn't need movies back in, like, 96.
And he was right.
I'm not sure.
He was definitively right. Everybody watched my video.
I mean, he may have come to love it more so once again. But FLCL's Season 2 here may have more inspiration and investment behind it than the rebuilds. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Well, like the original staff, they wanted to capture this Gainax, burning otaku spirit, as you've put it in Daikon 4, and it's just like I want to see that happen all over again, this like group of highly passionate people tackling something, through whatever resource limitations that they have to, make something as good as possible. And like that's my biggest fear.
I think those freelancers will make or break it. We'll really have to see who they end up getting to work on it. Because, I mean, it's FLCL. The power to be something truly special is there. But it's got to be executed upon. Maybe we want to write this off as a mini-sode. Leave it here. This is episode 0.5. The reboot of episode 0.
Yeah.
We can get a decent, 20-minute discussion about the FLCL reboot out of this, and I think that's, we may want to just conclude and go with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.